Everyone around you looks like they have a plan. Your friend is going into finance. Your cousin is becoming a doctor. That guy online is building his agency or scaling his startup. And you're just here. You don't know what career you want. You don't know what business to build. You don't know what degree actually matters. You just know one thing. You don't want to waste your life. So you binge videos about purpose, passion, calling. You scroll through success stories. You listen to people say, follow your passion, and you quietly think, what passion? I don't feel anything. You start to believe there's something wrong with you. Everyone else seems to have a direction. Why am I still lost? When will I finally figure out what I'm meant to do? If that's you, this video is for you. Because the problem is not that you don't have a purpose. The problem is that you've been sold a broken idea of what purpose is. You think purpose is a lightning bolt. One big moment, a song plays. The camera zooms in, and suddenly you know exactly what to do with your life. In reality, purpose is much more boring and much more powerful than that. Purpose is not something you find in one moment. It's something you build over time by doing real things in the real world and paying attention to what happens. So in this video, I am going to give you a way out of I don't know my purpose paralysis. We'll do it in 4 moves. Move 1. Kill the perfect purpose myth. Move 2. Build a simple life compass from values, skills, and problems. Move 3. Run 90-day experiments instead of lifelong decisions. Move 4. Build your identity around being a builder, not a title. If you actually use this, you'll stop waiting for your life to start, and you'll start creating a life you respect even before you have the perfect answer. Let's start with move 1. Kill the perfect purpose myth. Right now, you're under pressure to choose the right thing once, and then do it forever. The right degree, the right career, the right business idea, the right mission. One wrong move and you think, I'll be stuck forever. I'll waste years. I'll disappoint everyone. So you do what most people do. You freeze. You research, you overthink. You compare lives on social media. You wait for certainty. But here is the uncomfortable truth. Clarity does not come before action. Clarity comes from action. The people you see who are clear about their path did not sit in their room and think their way into certainty. They tried things. They made mistakes. They got bored of some things. They got obsessed with others. They moved. They didn't find purpose in a moment. They built it like a muscle over years. So from now on, I want you to delete one sentence from your brain. I have to figure out my whole life before I start. You don't. You only have to figure out the next meaningful experiment. That's it. You are not signing a contract with the universe. You are running tests in real life. Once you accept that, the weight on your chest drops. You don't need a perfect answer. You need a good enough direction to walk in for the next 90 days. Now move 2. Build a simple life compass. If you don't know what to do with your life, it's usually because your attention is scattered. You're thinking about 50 different paths, 10 different versions of yourself, and 1,000 opinions from other people. We're going to simplify that. Your life compass is made of 3 things: values, skills, problems. Values are what you care about deeply. Skills are what you can get paid for. Problems are what the world actually needs help with. You don't need a perfect list. You just need a first draft. Let's start with values. Ask yourself, what kind of person do I want to be? Not what job do I want, but what kind of human? Do you care about freedom, stability, growth, creativity, helping others, building things, solving puzzles, leading teams, protecting people? Write down 3 to 5 values that actually matter to you. Not values you think sound good, values you would bleed for. Next, skills. What are things you can already do decently, or could become good at in 1 to 3 years? Maybe you're decent at talking to people. Maybe you can write okay. Maybe you're good with numbers, or design, or fixing things, or organizing chaos. Even if you feel mid at everything, write down anything people have ever complimented you on or asked you for help with. Communication. Explaining things, teaching, editing, videos, making art, coding, sales, making people laugh, being calm under pressure. These are clues. Then problems. Look at the world and ask, what problems annoy me enough that I actually want to work on them? Helping small businesses grow, helping people get healthier, helping kids learn better, helping people with money, helping creators tell better stories, helping companies run smoother. Again, you just pick a few. Now, when you put these 3 together, you start to see patterns, values, growth, freedom, creativity, skills, writing, editing, communication, problems, helping small creators or businesses grow online. You don't suddenly have your one true calling, but you have a direction. Maybe I should explore writing, content, marketing, creative online work. Different example. Values, stability, mastery, helping people. Skills, detail-oriented, patient, good with step-by-step tasks. Problems, people's health, people's safety. Direction, maybe I should explore healthcare, fitness, safety, engineering, something where my attention to detail matters. You're not locking yourself in. You're giving yourself a starting point for experiments. Now move 3. Run 90-day experiments. The reason you feel so much pressure is because you keep trying to make lifetime decisions in your head without testing anything in reality. You don't need to decide, I will be a software engineer forever, or I will be an entrepreneur forever. You need to decide. For the next 90 days, I will act like a beginner software engineer and see what happens. Or, for the next 90 days, I will act like a beginner freelancer and see what happens. A 90-day experiment has 4 parts. Part 1, a role. Part 2, a simple plan. Part 3, real-world actions. Part 4, a review. Let's say your compass points toward tech. Your 90-day role could be, I am a beginner software builder. Your simple plan could be, each week, I will study 10 hours and build one small project or feature. Real-world actions. You actually follow tutorials. You build tiny apps or tools. You share them online. You maybe contribute something small to open source or help a friend with a tool. At the end of 90 days, you review. Did I enjoy the process at least some of the time? Did I hate every minute? Did I see even a tiny bit of progress? Can I imagine doing more of this for another 90 days? If yes, you run another experiment at a higher level. If no, you pivot. Different compass. Different experiment. You do the same thing for writing, design, sales, trades, content, fitness, anything. Here's the key. You commit to the 90 days, not to the identity forever. This removes the fear of what if I choose wrong for my whole life, because you're no longer marrying every path. You're dating it. You don't have to know if you want to marry someone on the first date. You just have to know if you want to see them again. Same with paths. Stop asking, can I do this for 30 years? Start asking, can I do this seriously for 90 days? Now move 4. Build your identity around being a builder, not a title. Right now, you probably define yourself by what you're not. I'm not successful. I'm not a real engineer. I'm not an entrepreneur. I'm not anything. Or you define yourself only by your current label. I'm just a student. I'm just working this job. I'm just at home. These identities make you feel stuck and small. I want you to upgrade to a different identity. Not, I am X job, but I am a builder. What does a builder do? A builder tests, a builder creates, a builder tries, fails, adjusts, and keeps going. A builder doesn't sit around waiting for the perfect blueprint. A builder starts with what they have and learns by doing. From now on, instead of asking, what am I supposed to be? Ask, what can I build this month? A stronger body, a small online portfolio, a list of skills you're improving, a tiny YouTube channel, a micro business that makes your first $100, a habit system that actually sticks. When people ask what you're doing with your life, you don't have to have a perfect answer. You can simply say, I'm building myself and testing things. I'm on my third 90-day experiment. Right now, I'm exploring X. You'll sound way more grounded than someone faking certainty in a path they secretly hate. And internally, you'll feel different. You won't feel like a lost child anymore. You'll feel like an apprentice to your own future. You are in training. You are in motion. You are not stuck. Now let's talk about the fear underneath all this. The real fear is not, I don't know my purpose. The real fear is, what if I try and fail? What if I choose wrong and waste time? What if I'm not good at anything? So you think staying still is safer, but staying still is the fastest way to waste 5, 10, 15 years. You will not think your way into the perfect path. You will only realize what fits you by bumping into the reality of doing it. Trying and discovering, wow, I hate this, is progress. Trying and discovering, I'm not amazing, but I'm interested, is progress. Trying and being mid for a while is exactly how you become good. So here's what I want you to do when this video ends. Don't put pressure on yourself to find your purpose tonight. Do this instead. First, write down your 3-part compass. 3 to 5 values that really matter to you. 3 to 5 skills you either have or could build. 3 to 5 problems in the world that you care about. Look for patterns. Second, based on that, choose one 90-day experiment. Give it a name like a role. I am a beginner X for the next 90 days. Beginner writer. Beginner software builder, beginner trainer, beginner editor, beginner salesperson, beginner creator. Third, sketch a simple plan for the next 4 weeks. How many hours per week will you put in? What will you actually do in those hours? What will you try to build or ship? Don't obsess over the next 10 years. Focus on the next 10 weeks. You don't need to know your final destination. You just need to stop standing still at the station. The truth is, you are not behind. You are not too late. You are not born without a purpose. You are early in the process of becoming someone who builds their purpose instead of waiting to be handed one. Do the hard work, especially when you don't feel like it. Stop waiting for a lightning bolt. Start running experiments. Your purpose won't arrive in a single moment. It will slowly appear in the mirror of the person you become through what you do next.